What up, y'all? I was really hoping to have some music, but I don't. So we're gonna roll with it. Um, what's going down in Jasmine Town? Episode one. Hey, y'all. Nah. This one is gonna be about my love life. Yep. Yeah. It's gonna be about my love life. Gonna give you the rundown on the past, present, and no, because there is no future. Maybe there is, but anyway, whatever. Um, so let me give you the rundown, the background. So I don't think this makeup was a good idea for this camera quality because it looked like I got two black eyes. Where they at? Let me stop. Just playing. But anyway, give you the background. First of all, I'm only 22. I like this little hair wrap thing I got going on. But anyway, I'm only 22. Scorpio gang, hey squad. But yeah, and I don't feel like I've been through the toughest situations in life, but I've been through a lot. I've seen a lot, and not necessarily me, but yeah. Anyway, so the past, I had a relationship that was on and off for like 4 years. The time we actually spent together was 3.5. So whatever you want to take from that, by all means. But yeah, we ended kind of like on a good note. Like it wasn't like a bad breakup, and like we're still friends today. So yeah, it's not that bad. I feel like my error in that is that I didn't really know myself back then how I know myself now. I knew what I wanted, but I really didn't love myself back then. So yeah. Um. All right. So I've been single for 2 years, a few months, something like that, but 2 years. Um. Trying to find some good lighting so I don't look like I'm about to go down in hell with these black eyes. But yeah, I've been single for 2 years, and I don't want to say it's been that bad because it really hasn't. But so let's fast forward a little bit to March. March and April of last year, which is 2016. I met this dude. He's pretty cool. But it was like he was using me for a place to like chill, like a getaway. And I've never, never in my life been used that way. Like we weren't even like, see the old people term, we weren't even coding like that. Like it wasn't nothing serious. But it was cool to have someone like come around and like talk to like every single day. Like he was just popping up like randomly. So I was like, oh, he's so spontaneous. But really it was like, oh, okay, you're gonna come over here and not even spend time with me. You're gonna talk to everybody else. So that's cool. Not. But trying to find some good lighting. Doesn't matter. But yeah. So that happened around May. Started talking to his homie, which I'm gonna call him by the name My Little Honey Bun, because that's actually the nickname I gave to him. So I started talking to him Like, at first, I felt a little awkward about it because, like, Dove's the homie. Like, I can't talk to him and then talk to the homie. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't. That's, like, disrespectful in, like, the black community. I don't know about other races, but it's disrespectful. But anyway, I was approached by him. He didn't, you know, like, I didn't approach him. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, he asked for my number and whatever, whatever. And it was weird. Like, at first I was like, you know, I'm not going to take him seriously. And, like, people were egging me on to, like, go try to talk to him because he had his own car. Other dude didn't have that. And, I mean, he was good looking. Let's just put that out there. But, yeah. With more visits, they got pretty, I don't want to say deep because I don't feel like it was actually deep, but they were like on the chillest shit ever. Like, first of all, he's a Scorpio too, so I was like, dude, we're supposed to clash. Like, how is this like even happening right now? But we didn't. It was like mad chill, like all the time. Like, either we were like just chilling or we were just like drinking, fucking, nah. Well, I'm not kidding, but you know. But it was always on some chill shit. So May and June, I wasn't really taking my little honey buns seriously because I was still trying to figure out what the situation was with the homie. So I didn't want to jump into that while you get me. So right around July, I remember my family went on vacation and I stayed the weekend with my brother, but I still wanted to hang out, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, hey, like, if you want to hang out, I'm going to be at my brother's house this weekend. And he was like, okay, yeah, cool, yeah. He met my brother and all. Like, my brother was very fond of him. It was dope. Like, it was so fucking dope. Like, it was mad chill. Yeah, he left that night and he actually wanted to come again the next day. And I was like, I was like, okay, you know, okay, but I'm gonna stop all that now. But yeah, yeah, it was just dope, man. Like, the vibe was so dope. Like, I'm telling you, like, all we did, like, if we weren't sitting in his car, because I do not have a vehicle, broke bitch life, not afraid to admit that, but I'm just being real. I didn't have a vehicle, so we would just sit in his car, drink, and we would chill, listen to music, talk about each other's day, how our week went, shit like that. So, like, over time, I started to grow very, very fond of him. Like, I met him at the beginning of May last year, so by the time July came around, like, he was coming around, like, pretty frequently, like, maybe once a week, once a week, or once every 2 weeks. Like, that's frequent for me because I've never had anyone do that. So I'm just putting that out there. Yeah, so anyway, around August, I think that's when I actually gave him the nickname My Little Honey Bun because, man, he was just like going out of his way. Like, he was going back and forth, like going back and forth for his family, like running errands, stuff like that. You know, then he has a job. So, like, the fact that he still made time for me out of doing all that stuff for him and other people, it made me feel special. Just saying, that may be corny as fuck, but just keeping it real. I've never had anyone do that. I remember one of the first times we hung out, I told him my nickname, which is the Ice Bandit, because I like to eat ice. Like, I'll go through a 10-pound bag of ice in like a week. Yeah, so, yeah, so one of the first times he came over, he's like, I bought you this cup of ice. I was like, oh my God. Like, I was so excited. The fact that he actually, like, remembered stuff we talked about, because I'm telling you, like, most niggas nowadays don't do that shit. Like, they don't, what the fuck are they trying to get to know you for? You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel that's how some niggas think. Like, what's the point of me getting to know you? Like, I'm just trying to smash and that's it. This nigga was different, yo. I'm telling you, like, this nigga was different. Like, anyway, August, he got the nickname and he kind of like just laughed it off. He thought it was cute, I guess. But, he started hanging around like way more, like a lot more. Like, this man works 10, 12-hour shifts and he would still make time for me during the week. During the week. Like, I didn't ask him to come over. He wanted to come over. Like, he would hit me up and be like, hey, if you ain't got nothing going on tonight, I was seeing if I can come through. It's like, hell yeah, nigga, shit, what you mean? So yeah, it began to get really serious on my end. Yeah. So I think I actually invited him for like some 4th of July shit, and he was spending time with his family, so I didn't get mad at that. Like, I was like, we're not talking, like, I mean, we're not dating, sorry, we're not together, so like, how the fuck can I get mad at that? Plus, he was spending time with his family, so I had no, like, why would I get mad about a nigga wanting to spend time with his family? Like, family first. I'm the same way. Like, I'm about to be spending time with my family. Like, I had to work that day, but I still spent time. You know what I'm saying? But, anyway, back to August, September, I ended up having, like, a really deep like for him. Like, I was like, yo, like, hey, feelings, I'm starting to catch some feelings now. Like, I just want to know where your head was and, like, what are we? Typical type shit. And it was like this long ass fucking essay. Like, you know how women are, or females, really. But, and it took him like less than a day to like reply. And he was like, you know, I really like you too, but I'm just not ready to commit yet. And I understood that. Like, he was being like straight up, like, he's not ready to commit, so I'm not about to rush him into something that he's not ready for. Because if you rush it, disaster, duh, chaos. But yeah, he was different. But after we had that deep conversation, I was like, you know, I'm gonna have to change some things on my part. Like, we were at the point of like, he would come to see me, and if we're friends with benefits, let me just put this out there. If we're friends with benefits, I don't do all that kissing shit. I don't do all that hugging shit. Like, we're getting down to the business, and we, you know, bye. But he was different. Like, he was the lovey-dovey type. Like, he'd kiss me and hug me when he saw me, stuff like that. We actually got to the point where we were like holding hands, and I was just like, that's the type of stuff that made me fall for him. Like, and on top of that, like, he would offer to buy me things. Like I can get it myself, like no doubt, like I can get it myself. But the fact that he offered to like pay, like anything we did, we always either went half on it, or if he couldn't afford it, I paid for it, and if I couldn't afford it, he paid for it. Like it was always like some teamwork type shit. Like other niggas, they be like, "Hey, I need you to get me this." Who the fuck I look like? I'm not your mom's. Like I'm not. No, I did do that shit though with the last with the last dude. I did do that. I can't even front. But it was because we were supposed to be talking, you know, like of course I'm gonna do for you. I may not be your girl, but if you're the only one, which I assume, because I'm not the type of bitch, I'm not about to go through your phone. Like I'm not about to do all that type shit. Like why? If you're not even together, like why? But anyway, we would always go half on shit. Like, and this is another thing I never done. Like I never really drank after someone. Like we used to share cups, and we like used to like share food. Like I thought we had something going on, you know. I thought we had something going on nice. But it was never me initiating any of that. It was like, you can go ahead, you what? Like I wasn't used to that. Yeah. So around like October, it was at the point where he would come see me like either twice a week or 3 times a week. There was one time he came to see me 4 times a week, and I was like, whoa. Like, whoa. Like he came a Sunday, and then I think he came on a Tuesday, Wednesday, and then he came that Saturday. I was like, dude, like I really must mean something to him. Like I can't just be a friends with benefits. Like some of those times he came, we didn't even smash. So it was just like, I thought I was special. I really did. I thought I was special. He always complimented me, which I wasn't used to that either. Like niggas be like, damn girl, look at that ass. You know what I'm saying? Like he would compliment me, like when I got my hair done differently, or when I straightened it, because my hair is natural. That's why it's in this head wrap right now, because it ain't done. But yeah, I remember I got the faux locks like back in, I think that was August or September, and I thought I was in love with my hair. This nigga, he was goddamn twirling the shit around his finger and shit. Like, you must really like them, huh? You like them? You really like them, huh? Come here, baby. But anyway, yeah. So it was mad dope. Like we talked about like a bunch of shit. Like we talked about real shit. We talked about Trump. How the fuck did he get in office? But you know what? I feel like I shouldn't even say nothing about that shit, because I ain't even vote this year. My mom was like really pissed about it, but I'm not really like a political savvy person, so fuck it. Anyway, back to the topic, which is my little honey bun in my love life right now. So come around October, he started getting very distant after like we had the conversation in September, and he texts me every day, like every single day. Like I didn't even initiate it. He was like, hey, how are you? What are you doing? How was your day? Blah, blah, blah. Like the typical type boyfriend shit. Because that to me, it's not a friends with benefit. Like I just don't, I can't agree with his term well, well, his actions of a friend with benefits, I just don't agree. Like, you can chill with a nigga while, like, you're together, like, chill, lay in the bed, whatever, but actually show interest, like, nah. He asked me about my jobs, like, I ended up quitting one job and getting another one, like, it seemed like he was genuinely concerned, and that's what I loved about him. Like, it was the simplest shit. It was the simplest shit about this nigga that I loved. But anyway, in October he started becoming like a little distant, like as far as texting goes. Let's note, like, he never called me unless he was waiting on me to come home or something like that, which only happened like 2 or 3 times because I run a lot of errands, and sometimes when he pull up, I'm not there. But anyway, he actually met my sister, my brother, which I talked about already, and it was mad chill. Like, most people like, I don't even want to be seen with you in public. Like, just keep this on the hush. Like, he wasn't that tight. We even went into this, like, we used to go into the stores together. Like, we first started talking, like maybe like a month after, he was already trying to, like, he was like, hey, if you want to, like, we can go to a movie or some shit. Like, I always canceled because honestly, I was afraid. I'm not I'm not used to that. Like, I don't I don't like the idea of going out on dates with someone because I'm afraid that they'll end up leaving anyway. Um but anyway, fast forward back to October. I keep getting off track. But back to October, became distant in communicating. Like, he still showed up like once or twice a week. Like, that was normal. But we had a little hurricane situation, which it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. He even asked about my family and shit. He was like, "Oh, how is this person doing? Or how's stuff like that?" Actually lost my grandma lost 3 siblings this year, and I'm gonna get to the last sibling. But he was like, "Dang, man, I hope she's all right. I hope she's, I hope she's gonna make it. She's in there. Like, I hope she be strong." Stuff like that. Like, encouraging shit. Like, most people don't give a fuck about. Like, they don't, like, yeah, you have sympathy, but you don't say shit like that. I feel, if you didn't care. My leg is starting to fall asleep. But anyway, also back in October, we had a little slip up, which, now that I think about how it happened, how it went down, I feel like he low-key was trying to, like, set me up, like, on some real shit. Like, not once did he ask me about birth control. Not once did we ever use some form of birth control. Like, I really feel like he set me up. So that night, I actually went to go see him for once. And I remember riding back home, and I was like crying my fucking eyes out, man. Because I was like, did this shit really just happen? And, like, he didn't text me at all, like, that night to see if I made it home okay, or the next day. And I don't know, I ended up texting him, like, later that day, and I asked him, I was like, hey, yo, did you do that? He was like, yeah, I did. It kind of happened fast. Like, I tell you, bruh, talking about pissed off, like, I didn't reply to his text till like the next day. I was like, yo, we need to talk about this shit. We need to figure some shit out because we both ain't got time for this. Like, we don't have time. So he was like, all right. So I think he ended up coming that Sunday, which, yeah, it happened on a Thursday night. Talked to him about it Friday. I didn't reply until Saturday, so he came Sunday. But yeah, like, we talked about it Sunday, and I could tell, like, usually he's a really happy person. Like, I could tell he genuinely felt bad. But at the same time, I'm like, how could you make such a careless, stupid mistake because of the feeling? You know what I'm saying? Like, we gotta be smart about this shit. Like, I have school, he has a good job. Like, we don't have time. We don't have time for a kid. Like, we don't. But, yeah, so I was just mad confused. Like, I was so confused as of why. Like, why? Like, he was tired that night. But just because you're tired doesn't mean you can't think clearly. You know what I'm saying? I didn't understand. I didn't understand. Like, till this day, I still don't know what the fuck happened that night. Like, I don't. I don't. But anyway, there's gonna be a part 2 to this video. Kinda hate that I'm cutting you off at a good part, but I mean, I don't want the video to be like an hour long. Sorry, long enough as it is. But anyway, if you have any comments so far, let me know. Probably will upload the other half like maybe a week or 2 after this one. Just any comments, any advice, any questions you have for me, how I dealt with it, or whatever, like, just let me know. I'm free. I'm willing to help somebody like me or in a situation similar to me or something in that case. Just let me know. But anyway, I love y'all.